Hello, I'm Dave, and my goal with you today is going to be to help you set up what you see in front of you. It is a Books2Read universal book link page. And what you're going to see is that I have a single book in multiple stores. And all the store links have been combined into a single, easy to understand page. Basically, this is the same thing as an author landing page where you can give any reader this link. They then get to choose what store they would like to buy from. So this is ideally for an author who has an ebook published into multiple stores, although if you are just published in Amazon, for example, it still is a viable option for you. I definitely recommend an author, at the minimum, you have your book published into Amazon. Ideally, you have it published widely beyond just Amazon itself into stores using a place like Smashwords or Drafted Digital. So the goal of the time you and I have together today is to get you a similar looking page. Now, where to begin? As I mentioned, first things first is your book has to be published. So if you are not yet available online, for example, on Amazon, this tutorial is not really going to help you as much. Where I'd like us to start is actually to get hold of the original link to your book, for example, on Amazon. So I'm going to navigate to my book on Amazon. Here it is. It is a fictional war story. This is part 2. I've already published part 1, which is the example that you saw here. And I'm going to do the second book as part of this tutorial today. So I want to grab this link from the page. Now, if you were wondering where to find your Amazon store link page, where I want you to look is when you are logged in to your KDP dashboard. So you're logged into kdp.amazon.com, you've logged in, you're on your bookshelf. If you hover over the ebook link where it says view on Amazon, you can see the link to the US, the UK, the German, the French, for example. I normally follow the US link. I don't think it makes a massive amount of difference. That's where I want you to click. That's where you'll see something similar to this. And that's the link that we are going to give the Books2Read page in order for it to auto-populate all these different fields. So bottom line is, guys, have this link ready. Obviously, as I mentioned, your book must be available already. So where do we start? We start here. We start on the Books2Read homepage. Books2Read.com. You're seeing what I'm seeing. Hopefully it might have changed depending on when you see this video, but this is where we start. Now, I've already created an account. You will have to do the process of sign up and clicking the verification email before you get to this point. I've already gone through the verification process where they send you an email. You click on the confirm my account button. So for those of you doing this for the first time, author sign up top is where you want to click. That'll take you to a very simple page saying give us your name, your email, that kind of stuff. I would normally opt out of marketing tips and tricks. But as I mentioned, I'm not going to sign up because I've already signed up. Let's go back to books2read.com. For some reason, they hide the login link a bit. So it's a little confusing if you already have an account or you've signed up and you're coming back to find it. You scroll to the bottom, and here at the bottom, we can see the login button. So I'm going to click login. I already have my account. That's my email and password, and I promise you I am legit. And I'm going to log in. So guys, all I've done is I've created my Books2Read account and I've logged in, and all I have ready is I have this link ready. I'll probably copy it now. I might have to come back and recopy it. And here we are. So this is called the UBL dashboard. The UBL is the Universal Book Link, which is this very sexy link over here. And this is the UBL dashboard that we're on. Now, you can see the first book in the series that I've already loaded. This is the link they gave me by default. I didn't like it. I'm going to rename it, and I'll show you how I did that. So I'm in the UBL dashboard. I select paste your link, and I'm going to paste just the Amazon link. That's all I've done. I'm going to click on make my universal link button. Guys, fingers crossed that this works first time. Obviously, there's different things I can extract from this, but let's see if it works full time. Click make my universal link. So the hands are off, and it says looking up your book. Now I'm going to take a sip of coffee while this happens, just to prove that this is all happening automatically. I don't think it takes too long. If it does, I'll probably have to cut it in the video and speed it up a bit. But basically, everything is populating. I'm going to scroll down, and can you see that it's populating these links on the right-hand side all on its own. So this book that I'm publishing wasn't just available through Amazon, but I had also published it through Smashwords. So Smashwords and Drafted Digital are two platforms that do essentially the same thing, where one ebook file goes in and it reaches multiple stores through a single platform. And so what we're seeing on the right-hand side is that the team at Books2Read have made it very simple for these links to all the different locations selling this book to be populated. Again, my hands are not touching anything. This is all automated. That took the better part of 30 seconds. Very, very cool. So guys, actually this tutorial could stop right now. The job is done, because look what we have. We have our book link populated right here. Will it work? Actually, let's test it very quickly and see if it works off the bat. Click and paste into a new window. It is thinking, and oh my goodness, guys, it's worked that quickly and easily. However, I do not think we're done. And can you guess why? It's because look at that link. It is not attractive. It is not a link that'll be easy to remember from a reader. So although it's worked, there's my book, there's all the different store links. For example, I'm going to click on Amazon.com, and there we go. There my book is. I can click on Apple, and there we go. There it is, taking us to the iTunes store for those of us very smart and mighty people who have Apples. Okay, I'm not going to wait for this actually. I'd rather just click back and rather take you to a different store. So here's the same book available in Barnes & Noble. And Murphy's Law, it takes longer than it should. Okay, there it is. Bottom line is, guys, it works. And the very cool thing is that every single one of these links auto-populated. It is a manual process if you wanted it to be, meaning if you want a store option removed. Let's say I do not know the store, I do not like it. Let's say ethically I do not like them. Although I would recommend against an author taking an ethical stance against the store, because it does often mean you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. However, that aside, you can technically remove a link if you did not want it shown. Now, if I jump back to the book as I had it on Amazon, what you're going to see is that I'm selling the ebook as well as the paperback edition. I'm selling an ebook and a paperback. I don't think you would see this easily, but I've also opted the paperback into expanded distribution, meaning that other retailers can reach into the Amazon database or the Amazon platform and order as well, meaning the paperback is sold through Amazon as well as other retailers as well, by virtue of the expanded distribution tick box as you publish. Now, if I come back here and I scroll down, because as we can see, this is all the ebook specific links. You can actually minimize it and maximize it. But do you see, guys, or girls, let's be fair, I have space for audiobook links, and I also have space for print book links. So right now it's found a match on Barnes & Noble. So I imagine, I hope this works, if I come across and I flip across to the paperback edition, you can see the URL has changed. I'm going to take out this extra bit here. So now we're pointing to just the paperback edition, and I copy that and I come back in and I go Amazon and I go, it is over here, and I say that this is the paperback edition and I lock it in. So this is an example of adding in a link manually. Let's say the automated scan fails, or it gives you an answer that you don't like somehow for some reason. I lock it in, and let's go back to that page. So right now it just shows Barnes & Noble. Let me refresh it, and magic, it works. Guys, it's a really cool example of adding a link in manually. You could do the same for audiobook links. If you were published via audiobook through a platform like Findaway Voices, it works really well to get your audiobook into multiple stores, including Amazon's Audible, because ACX does not like South Africans, so we have to figure out these backdoor solutions. Okay, so guys, it has worked, but we are not happy with how the link looks. We're happy, for argument's sake, for tutorial's sake, that all the links are exactly as we want them. If I come back and I scroll up, do you see on the left-hand side here, I can rescan for links if for some reason the book was unpublished and republished under a different link structure. I could rescan. However, I want you to focus eyeballs on customize the URL name. Now, what should I call this? Now, you might be tempted to do a full, title, subtitle, series name. Guys, keep it as simple as possible. Very simple. The simpler the better. So I'm going to say Empire and War. The previous URL that I gave was called Empire Discovered. I'm going to keep it in a very similar fashion. So I'm going to paste Empire and War. Hey, it's available. So obviously mine's available. Depending on your book title name, it might not be available. So you can, for example, play around with variations. Although just keep it as simple as possible always, because someone is going to have to be remembering this or typing it in manually. I'm going to save it, Empire and War. And there's no other big save button. So if I now scroll to the top, can you see it automatically put the updated URL? So important to remember, this link will always work. This ugly, if I can call it that, all links are beautiful. This ugly link will always be valid. It'll always work. However, if I put in the new beautified link, bam, it works. So what we've done is we've populated automatically the link just using a single Amazon store link. It all happened magically on its own. You saw my hands were above board. And then I've renamed the link using the links and tools on the left-hand side. You could probably change that link again if you wanted to. So what next? Are we done? Well, yes, if you were in a hurry, you can go. I think you've got the gist of it. However, we're not technically done. If you're a geek like me and you like fiddling and tweaking as much as possible, if I come to our Empire and War, our good-looking link, and I hover over the cover, I don't know if you can see at the bottom there, but basically it's going to take me, if I click on the front cover, it's going to take me to what I call the overview page. Basically, it is very similar to the previous page. So it's very similar to the page with all the links on. But what you're going to see is that we have a little prompt, a get it now button, which takes us back through to the sales links. It also has about the author text. And you might want to edit this page as well. So again, you're going to see the URLs change slightly. So instead of the Empire and War link, it's got the extra B appended. So I think if we take this out, I think that'll take us to the actual landing page. If I click on the front cover, it takes you through to the overview page. And if I want to make changes, I click on edit, enter, dyslexia, enter edit mode. Now, let's see what we can fiddle with. We can fiddle with the tag. So this is book 2 in a series. What tag? First in series, series finale, on sale now. Let's make it on sale now and save it. Can you see on the right-hand side it changed? Okay, I've got the author profile. We cannot edit the author profile here. I'm going to show you where that happens. So basically, we have changed the on sale now. I'm not seeing any book descriptor text. So I realized I was missing something. What I was missing was normally you can see the book overview text, and to be honest, on the first one, this one, it actually auto-populated for me. Like this text that's here, I did not have to put there on the previous edition. However, now I'm seeing a blank space. You can see the WYSIWYG editor, the what you see is what you get, where you can paste text and make it bold and italics exactly like Microsoft Word. I'm not seeing any blurb, which is interesting. However, it's pretty cool for our tutorial because now I can come back here to Book 2 on Amazon and I can just copy exactly what I see. So I've selected only the blurb text. I'm going to right click and copy. I'm going to come back here. Hopefully I get the right one and I'm going to paste it. So again, guys, this normally was automatically done, but again, maybe for our tutorial, it's actually a good thing because I get to show you that you can copy and paste. You can see you get bold, italics, bullet points, and links and stuff like that. So I just want to make, I think the bottom text was bold. To keep things uniform, I'm going to come back. I'm going to scroll to the bottom. I'm going to Control B. Oh, that isn't working. So I'm going to click on bold. Interesting. It seems to think it's bold, but it's not showing. So let's take it at its word. Let's take it at its word that the... Interesting. Let's take it at its word that the text is bold and see if it changes. And I'm going to save. So just to reiterate what I've done, all I've done is I've come into the edit mode for the book overview. If you are not sure how to get here, as I mentioned, normally it's as simple. I'm going to take out the B as going to your landing page that we just created, clicking on the front cover. For those of you who can't find us, maybe it's a little confusing, you can come back to your UBL dashboard. So here I am, the UBL dashboard where I first made the new link. Here is that link that I've just created, Empire and War. There's the default link that it gave it that I didn't like because of how it looks. Here's the one that I renamed it to. And technically now, if I want to go back to the overview page, I click on Book tab, and here we are. And there is the beautiful blurb that I've put in myself. Here's the bold text. I wasn't showing bold before, who knows why, but it is there now. I'm happy with this, guys. I think it looks really cool. We're almost there, not to worry. You might have skipped, for those of you who've stayed on this long, I'm going to show you the bonus of how on earth, that's a polite version, how the heck, to get this author text here. So let's go back to the dashboard. I'm going to click on the dashboard. Technically, if I was so I'm going to go the long way around to show you how to do that as well. If I go back to books2read.com, you can see I'm logged in. If I hover over link tools, I'm going to go UBL dashboard. Okay, now the final step, the final quest we have together before I sign off is how to load your author profile, how to add the author profile. So here's the new link again that I've created for the second book in the series. I'm going to select the author name hyperlink. So where it says Michael G. Bergen, it's not me, it's actually an author that I have permission to do this for. I'm going to click on the hyperlink, and here we are. We're in the author profile page. Now, what you're seeing is populated because I already did this. I did this for the first book. What you're going to be seeing is something that looks blank. No author profile picture. You're going to not see, for example, this author bio text. But as you guessed it, to make any changes, I select Enter Edit Mode. And here we go. I can load new pictures. I can change the little snippet of the book that it showcases. I can change some colors. I can probably change the promo tag here, the book feature on sale now. I'm happy with that. That's fine. I have also got the author bio text that I put in originally. You can put whatever you want here. So very simply, you can add the photo. I can add a mailing list link. I can add links to the author's website, to the author's Twitter or X, Facebook, etc., etc. So very straightforward, not in depth, but still very cool. I'm going to save changes, and now where you see this author profile is if we go to the UBL overview page. So books to read. Sorry, let's do this a long way rather. Let's go books to read. Let's click on the Empire Discovered. No, this is the first one. Sorry, forgive me. Let's go back to the second one. Empire and War. That's the one we're working on. Okay, so we have a UBL page with all the links populated. I added in the Amazon one for the paperback myself. I've renamed the URL using the link tools, I think it was called. If we click on the front cover, we go through to the overview page where I've chosen the sales tag, promo tag. I've added in the book sales text as well. And here we see the author profile. So this is something we added in with the links to the author's website, Facebook, and YouTube. Guys, that's it. So we created the account, we verified it, we populated automatically the UBL link, we've populated or updated the overview page, and finally the cherry on top was the author profile that we populated as well. And what you now have is this link, it is this link that you can now give to anyone, link it to your website, put it in your email signature, share it far and wide, because now the reader can choose which store do I actually want to buy from. I hope this helps you. And for those of you a little stressed about maybe I can't, for example, add different Amazon links in, because as we saw, Amazon technically has multiple store links here. The great news, and I'll make a separate video on this, is that you're probably going to notice that when you try add in separate Amazon store links, it does not let you. Now, I was freaking out, but what I noticed after a little bit of testing with some VPN software is that this single link to your book will take you to the relevant store based on your IP address. So there's only one link to Amazon, but depending if you live in Canada, in France, in Germany, or other countries, it will direct you based on your IP address to the right place. This is normally paid for functionality. It is very, very cool. The other small thing, sorry, this is probably the cherry on top of the cherry on top, is that you actually have access to statistics. You can see, if I come down to the link that I just created and I click on the link, let's try there. It actually tells you amounts of views, amounts of clicks, and what store links were clicked. So guys, we're getting pretty powerful stuff here from the gang at Books2Read/Drafted Digital. We're getting not only a very much free landing page for your book, which replaces the need for a website, not exactly, but close enough. We're also getting a geo-location functionality for Amazon, meaning when I click on Amazon, it looks at my IP address and routes me to the right version of Amazon. If I'm in the UK, it'll direct me to amazon.co.uk. And finally, as a freebie as well, we're getting basic stats on who saw your link and who clicked through. All of these things are normally paid for. So to the guys at Books2Read, if you ever see this video, thank you so much. This is very cool for authors, very powerful. And I really hope that they give you the appreciation you need. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I'm Dave. My job is to help authors get their books published, and I really hope this helped you.